everybody? Did y'all miss me? It's been a couple of weeks since I last shot a video blog for y'all. Hold on, let me get my big old, what I call 8 head, since my hairline is going, I guess, south, you could say. Anyway, you might actually still be able to see some of the sunburn from my aero helmet from being down in Puerto Rico. My arms are flaking up here a little bit, peeling. I guess shedding my snake skin, getting ready for the spring, as you can say. Last time we did a video blog was week 12. We're going to combine 2 weeks into one, weeks 13 and 14, which will encompass 2 races over the last 2 Sundays. One was Ironman Puerto Rico, and the other was the Dallas Rock and Roll half marathon. Both races, I came away really excited about the execution of the races. Obviously, I think I could have been faster, but in terms of preparing myself for Ironman Texas, which is the big goal for the first 6 months of the year, I couldn't be happier. From a nutrition standpoint, let's talk about Ironman San Juan. Hit the nail on the head in terms of calories on the bike. Didn't get hungry except for one time, and I can tell you it is because I normally eat my honey stinger before I start pedaling. This time I didn't eat it until 2 hours into the ride. Hunger went away. It was perfect. I ran out of liquids about mile 52. So with about, I don't know, 4 miles to go, so maybe another 12 to 15 minutes, I was set. Didn't have to worry about having that sloshy feeling in my stomach, so it worked out perfectly. On the run, I burned through my calories that I was carrying in my handheld with the EFS liquid shot, but got water at every aid station. I didn't walk through the aid stations. I ran through the aid stations, although I plan on walking through a lot of them at Ironman Texas. I ran through all the aid stations, and towards the end, when my EFS ran out, I started taking sips of Gatorade. It didn't revolt on me, so that made me happy. So from that standpoint, perfect execution. The Dallas Rock and Roll Half Marathon, all I carried with me was a 5-ounce bottle with about 350 to 400 calories of EFS liquid shot in there that was liquefied. Got through the entire race, finished the bottle right at the very end, and didn't take any water on the course with me. Never felt hungry. Had a little bit of a side stitch, and I think that's probably from just picking up the pace at the end, but from an execution standpoint, I couldn't be happier. I went out slow. I stayed within myself, focused on the goal at hand, which was to negative split, which was to pace myself, which was to prepare myself for Ironman Texas. As the days and the weeks go by and we get closer and closer to that May 19th date, I'm feeling better and better about where the training is, where my physical stature is, and really, most importantly, where my mental frame of work is right now. It's exciting to be where I am. That being said, yesterday I put in my Dallas Rock and Roll race report about my watch and perceived exertion, I should say, going up hills. Well, here is my bitch fest about that. People, don't pay attention to this thing too much. Really, just don't. At Ironman Texas, at Ironman San Juan, because I don't know how to work this just yet, even though I've had it for about a year in terms of the multi-sport functions. Probably should read the book, but just like any man, why read the book? Anyway, so at Ironman San Juan, running on the second loop, I was probably about 40 minutes away from finishing, maybe less than that, and I looked at my watch and I was calculating in my head paces and times, and came to the conclusion that I would finish at around 5:20, 5:22. And so I would say I coasted, to be honest with you, and let myself feel like, okay, I've got this in the bag. I've got a PR of about 7 to 8 minutes because my PR at the half Ironman distance is 5:28. I thought, I got this. So, and I set my watch to 15-minute intervals. So with one interval for 15 minutes, I was at a 9:09 pace. Another 15-minute interval, I was at 9:39 pace. I finished running the last mile and a half at about 8:40, 8:20 pace. My overall pace for the race was 8:47. So let's think about that for a second. For 30 minutes, I ran at a 9:09 and a 9:39 pace. Okay? I mean, if we reduce that down to 8:40, which was my last mile and a half, and I definitely had it in my legs to do so, I probably would have saved myself quite a bit of time in running that race, and definitely would have finished with a PR below 5:28 and probably closer to 5:25 at that time, 5:24. So my advice to you is to ignore this watch. It's great for heart rate and probably nothing else on race day, to be honest with you, because you got to go with how you feel. What is your body telling you, right? At the Rock and Roll Half Marathon, all I set this to was to read total time spent and pacing. And the only reason why pace was on here was so that I could negative split the race and really focus on hitting the nail on the head in terms of going out there slow and picking it up as it went downhill. So I'm here as an example of perceived exertion, and it's been driving me nuts for about a week and a half now that user error. I mean, user error cost me a PR, nothing else. I can talk about the blisters I had on my feet and how much they sucked and how hot it was in Puerto Rico, but really when you boil it all down, and I didn't do the math, but if you boiled it all down, it probably comes out to about 4 to 5 minutes. Irks me. And I guess I've got August, Rev 3, Old Orchard Beach to make up that time and get down to that 5:20 to 5:25 range, if not faster, hopefully. Some numbers for you. I know we all like to chew on this data. Since Ironman Texas training started, I've swam nearly 70 miles. I've ridden nearly 1,530 miles, and I have run for almost 391, and that includes races. I don't see these numbers falling off much. Most people are probably smarter than I am and don't register for a second Ironman in the same year. So we're going to see a lot of these numbers continuously to repeat themselves. So if we take these over the course of quarters, at this rate, I will have swam 280 miles, would have biked over 6,000 miles, and would have run nearly 1,600 miles. And I still got 5 days in March before the first quarter ends. So going to be a lot of mileage being put on the bike, the feet, and the shoulders from the swimming. And that does not include any strength workouts. So it's going to be a busy year. First quarter is almost in the books, and it's been a great year. And thank you so much for following along. Quick shout out to Amy at Boundless Nutrition. Thank you for the passes to the Dallas Rock and Roll Half Marathon. Karen and I loved the run in the race. It was great to have the VIP parking. Really appreciate everything that you've done for me. Another shout out to Core Power, formerly Honey Milk. Be on the lookout for their changes. It's coming soon. Just got off the phone with them, and I'm really excited about what they're bringing to the forefront, to the market. So get ready for some powerful stuff from Core Power, no longer Honey Milk. So that's it for now, and thank you to all of my sponsors for everything that you've done for me. Herbalife, SBR Sports, Tri-Slide, and Tri-Swim products, Core Power, Boundless Nutrition. Really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me, and we're looking at a little bit less than 2 months till Ironman Texas. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.